Mr. Money Mustache has been preaching parsimony on his popular blog.
Economics correspondent Paul Solomon has his encore report.
Pete Adeney almost always leaves his Longmont, Colorado home on 2 wheels instead of 4. It's a lot cheaper. For 7 years, Pete, aka Mr. Money Mustache, has been preaching parsimony on his popular blog. And he sure practices what he preaches. How much do you spend a year?
We don't budget, but it seems to always end up around $25,000 to $27,000 per year for the family of 3.
Plus health insurance in the low 30s. Adeney and his followers, known as Mustachians, are key players in the FIRE, or FIRE movement. Financial independence, retire early. And we do mean early. Adeney and his wife left their engineering jobs in 2005.
So we were 30 at the time.
Mark and Sina Ebersole no longer have to work either. How old are you?
37.
35.
Michael and Ellen Robinson, both 38, stopped working full-time 2 years ago.
I had this concept that saving as much as we could, as early as we could, would allow compound interest more time to do the work.
How do they all do it? Adeney saved 50 to 75% of his income over 9 years as an engineer. How much did you wind up saving?
Today would be about 1.1 million or a little bit less. That was what we decided was enough to live on forever.
On his blog, Adeney espouses the so-called 4% rule. If you salt away and invest in stocks 25 times your annual spending, you can then withdraw 4% of your savings each year of retirement. But isn't the market risky?
Put the money in the broad economy through index funds where you own thousands of companies. Very conservative, and it's going to fluctuate just because the stock market fluctuates. But if you're just taking a small amount each year, you don't care at all about that. Like a stock market crashes, you're still taking your little 4%. The stock market goes up, you're still only taking 4%. So that averages out over time.
Don't spend money on things you don't actually need, he says. And don't drive so much.
That's my biggest winning secret to a wealthy life, is just get out of the car a little bit.
So one of the ways we save money is by only shopping at thrift stores.
Adeney has acolytes aplenty. 38-year-old retired teacher Ellen Robinson's trick? Don't buy anything new.
This is from the Loft, and you can buy that for closer to $8 instead of buying it for $50.
As for the furniture in the home Ellen shares with husband Michael and their 2 young children,
Pretty much all hand-me-downs.
one common feature of the FIRE movement, credit cards used strategically.
So we get 6% on groceries if we use this card, so 6% back, 3% on gas, and 3% on department stores.
Restaurant visits are rare. Instead, the retired Robinsons spend their ample free time cooking and eating at home with their kids. But wait a second. Aren't there many Americans who simply don't earn enough to save anything, let alone the amounts Pete Adeney promotes?
I'm sure there are, but I also would say that almost everybody can do better, and the lower your income level, the greater the benefit is of figuring out where your money's going. So the median income is $60,000 or whatever in the US for a household, and what's the best-selling vehicle? A $30,000+ F-150 pickup truck. That's the problem. We all scale everything up just a bit more than we can afford.
But clearly not everyone can do what Adeney has done. Even in retirement, he has earned enough from his blog that he doesn't need to stick to his $25,000 a year budget. But he does. Because he argues cutting consumption isn't just about saving money.
I would say it's immoral to drive like a 6-wheel diesel pickup truck compared to riding a bike or just picking the most practical car for whatever your needs are.
Immoral because it's polluting the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's because of your effect on other people and other living things. So like you're going to consume a lot more metal and a lot more fossil fuels just to carry your tiny self around.
He said, I've been speaking to a friend about your business.
Adeney does have followers who can't afford to stash away at Mustachian levels. Michelle Jackson turned out for a pop-up business school held at Mr. Mustache's co-working space to learn how to earn more so she could save more and retire early-ish.
There are many people who would like to attain that, but maybe they have to pay off debt first in order to get to the point to invest and focus on those kinds of things.
And even for debt-free higher earners like Mark and Sina Ebersole, Becoming financially independent began as a heavy lift.
It was pretty hard at the beginning for me.
Did you like it?
No. It felt a little bit like, are we wasting away our good years?
10 years later, the former dance instructor is grateful that she and Mark, an engineer, work only when they want to.
We're working on opening a ballroom dance hall.
Ellen Robinson relishes the reward of scrimping that drives the firemen and women seeking financial independence.
But it's not necessarily about not working, but it's the freedom that comes with not having to work. Right now, my kids are 4 and 2, and I'm home with them all day, every day, and not worrying about whether or not we can buy our groceries.
As for Mr. Money Mustache himself,
the goal is just to live a happy existence and maybe leave the world better than when you started. So I've done small businesses like carpentry, and a lot of dad work has been my biggest occupation. A bit of writing, some music. So I still have, if I'm lucky, another 55 years of retirement to go. And I'll let you know how that turns out.
And for as long as I can, I'll be all ears. This is economics correspondent Paul Salman at Mr. Money Mustache headquarters in Longmont, Colorado.
So how about you? Do you want to retire sooner than expected? We asked more folks who have done it before the age of 40 for their advice. You can find that on our Making Sense page. That's on our website, pbs.org/newshour.
Right on.